My dad started out as a policeman. He had an accident and then he couldn't walk the beat anymore, but he became a docks policeman. Sort of like, sometimes it would be a night watchman's kind of job. If a big tobacco shipment had come in, they would patrol that area. And he was also lifesaver and first aid man on that stretch of the docks there. And I've got his life-saving certificate that he actually saved someone in the docks. And he worked there from 1952 until it closed in 1970. And he had about 50 men that worked under him. He was quite well thought of there. Plus, like I said, he was the first aid man. But it wasn't health and safety then, it was just called first aid. Like do what you can. But he had a little green box with the cross on as normal, and he had a badge to say he was like St. John's Ambulance, first aid. And if something happened, they'd say, oh, George will see to that. Like you can imagine great big splinters and off of the wood and things. He could do that. Always you had to be aware of what was going on around you. And I think this might have been a new young man. They were showing him the ropes and he stepped the wrong way. Instead of going that way, because there are no railings, and he just went over the edge. If you went over the edge between the ship and the wall, there was no hope for you because they couldn't get you out. But he went over the wall and only 2 people saw him go, and one was up in a crane and they had no radio, and the other one was at the end of the dock. And so he called out to the next man, and he called out to the next man, and he called out to George, which was my dad, and over he went, fully closed, but he had steel toe cap boots on. So he had to undo those and dive down and get this man out and keep him afloat, because along the docks are the life belts. And they had to unlock that and throw it in so they could save both of them. And then the crane picked them both out of the water and he saved the man's life. The things that we've seen while working there, like you wouldn't believe it. Casualty is not a patch on it. This is pre-health and safety, I should imagine, because, they didn't wear hard hats or anything, just steel toe cap boots. That's all the protection they had.